we're going to record this for you guys later. But anyways, so I am Jennifer Elizalde, and we have a bunch of girls on our team tonight that are going to get on here and share their stories, what this company has done for us and what this company is about, and to see if maybe this might be a fit for you. So let me tell you about myself first, and then they're going to come on and tell you about them and their story, and we're all going to break down just different parts of the business to share with you. So like I said, I'm Jennifer Elizalde. I've been with the company now for 2.5 years. I have a son that's 3, and I've been married for 7 years next month. Whenever I got introduced to this company, I actually was a brand new mama. So my son, I think he was about 4 months old. My husband worked off in the oil field, and I was a busy hairstylist. I also live in a very remote area, so population 300 literally. So just to go to work, I would drive 45 minutes to work and 45 minutes back. So being a stylist is super busy, super crazy. I was struggling because as a brand new mama, I just felt like I was never home. I was absent from his life, and I didn't like that feeling. So with the long hours and no time off as a stylist, let me say that when you're not behind a chair, you're not going to make $1. So with all that, I actually wasn't looking for anything. I just was like accepted. This is how life is supposed to be. And somebody had I had saw their hair transform myself, just them doing a random Facebook Live. And I was like, what do you got your hands on? Your hair looks awesome. She sent me a sample. I tried the sample. I loved it. Obviously, I'm obsessed with anything hair or beauty. So I bought a product pack kit. I did not plan on working the business like at all. I literally fell in love with the product, and that is why I decided to purchase a kit. It wasn't until about 2 months later that I decided I saw what it was doing for other people in this business. A lot of the girls that are going to talk to you, they're the ones that actually I was seeing, and that's when I decided to run with the opportunity. Since then, like I said, I've been in the business for 2.5 years now. 6 months into the business, it was really like 5. I had already earned a Cadillac from this company. I had qualified for a trip, and I was tripling what I was making as a stylist. So I was not only trying to juggle being a hairstylist, a new mom, my husband working off, and a new career now as in this company. So that's when I decided to. My husband was like, if you're making that much money, you should just step back for a while. You can always go back to hair. And that's what I did. But here I am. I've not gone back to hair. I've got spoiled to the life of being able to be at home with my son and not have to pay child care for somebody else to be with him. And I get to meet all these amazing women. So I've earned countless trips that I would have never taken myself. They're going to tell you about some of them, but like to Bermuda, like I would have never went there myself, much less paid to go there. And Vegas and all kinds of trips. A Cadillac, they pay my monthly note every month. A Cadillac Escalade, you guys, like I would have also never bought a Cadillac myself. So it's nice that this company, I feel like, is so generous for being able to work from home or work from wherever you want. So let me tell you what this company is that I keep talking about, because you're like, okay, what is this even about? So what it is it is a hair care, now also a skincare company. So we actually were exclusively only hair care for the whole time since they've launched. It's an anti-aging hair care company, and we just tapped into skincare, which I was nervous about at first because everybody knows how psycho I am about face products. And you guys, like, I am blown away. I'll tell you about that in a minute. But anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself. So let me say the hair care part of it, that is obviously what sold me on the products. That is what turned me to want to work this business. I cannot sell something that I don't love. It's just not me. Even as a stylist, I couldn't sell something behind the chair if I wasn't like solely about it. But I do believe this hair care, it will change every single person's hair, no matter if you have good hair, if you have terrible hair, fried hair, no hair, like whatever it may be, it's going to transform your hair. So the exclusive part about it is our oil, and that's what's in mainly all the ingredients, but it is a patent pending oil, patent pending, cannot talk, getting ahead of myself. But what it actually can do, and what I think is so cool about it, is these products can actually penetrate to the center of your hair. So they will go into the cortex and repair from the inside out. Most products nowadays, the molecular structure of them, I sound so smart, but our company teaches us that. But anyways, it sits on the outside surface, so it cannot penetrate. These products will actually penetrate through to the center of your hair and repair from the inside out. So you're not just masking the issue. A lot of hair products, make your hair feel good, like that silky, soft, get out of the shower you think you like. But in reality, it's just coating your hair, and it is not good for it. And as a stylist, I did not think that something like this was possible, because I feel like I've tried every product until this totally transformed my hair. Once you start using it, you'll notice like the shine, the body, the bounce, the fullness, hair growth. We have a product for every single person, men, women, children, whatever it may be, whatever hair concern you have. So if it's, like I said, damaged, frizzy, fried, not growing, thinning, hormonal hair loss right here on the temples, women, but yeah, so we have something for everybody, and that's what I love about this company, is it's not just certain people do it, certain people don't. It's shampoo, and everybody needs it, especially when it's the best shampoo I've ever used, you guys. Anyways, okay, so we have clinical studies that we have done on all of our products, actually, but these clinical trials that we did actually showed increased follicle size and overall healthier hair. They're non-toxic, no harmful fragrances, cruelty-free, and naturally based, which I think is cool. I've never been a naturally based person ever in my life. Like, that's just not me. But there are people that are full-fledged, like, we want as natural as you can get, and I think that's so cool. And so we have that to offer people now. And I do think it's also amazing that a naturally based products will transform your hair or your skin like it can. So now we launched Skin, which I'm so excited about. I've saw countless and countless and countless before and afters already. We launched it 2 weeks ago, and people are already blowing up with their amazing before and afters. Me, myself, I was struggling with severe, like, hormonal adult acne. I was getting prescription topical creams, high-end facials, high-end skincare products, whatever it was. Nothing was clearing the crazy acne and it was all right here that women can tend to get for adult acne. And you guys, it is like almost cleared up. The scarring has faded so much in just 2 weeks. So just with us launching the skincare in 2 hours, we did $1.5 million, which is literally mind-blowing. And in 36 hours of the official launch, we actually did $4 million, you guys. Like, everybody wants their hands on the skincare, and I'm telling you, if you haven't tried it, you really need it. It's that good. But it will brighten the skin, it will even out the skin tone, it will help with skin texture. So if you have the roughness, we have something for dry, sensitive, oily, acne prone, normal combination. We have stuff for eyes. So if you have the eye bags, the crow's feet, the fine lines, dark circles, we got you covered. And the best part is it firms and helps with wrinkles. So you get all of that in one jar, you guys, and it's like 4 steps of simpleness, and you will see results. So with the clinical trials on that, 96% saw better skin in 7 days. So that is a huge amount when it comes to clinical trials, if you ask me. So I'm going to toss it over to, I forget who was going, Ashley. She is our upline, and she is going to share a little bit more information with you guys. So.
Okay, am I good? Can you guys hear me? Okay, awesome. It's weird not being able to see you guys. But my name is Ashley. I have been with the company for 3 years. this September made it 3 years. Before Monate, I was a teacher. I taught special ed for 3 years. I taught second grade for 2 years. I'm also a wife and a mom to a little boy. But anyways, I was teaching and I loved teaching. I loved it and I was really good at it, to be honest. But I would always be the first one there and the very, very last one to leave. I was always the first one there, the last one to leave. And then I would have to go home and I would have to do more work. I'd have to grade papers. And I love teaching. But, they say you don't get into it for the money, and you don't. I knew going in that I wasn't going to make a lot of money, but there came a point where I had to be able to support my family and do those things. And so whenever Monate came into my life, I wasn't really looking for anything, kind of like what you said, Jen, like you were just okay with being that. And I was okay, but I also kind of wanted something more. But in the way my mind was working, you had to go back to school to be able to make more. And that's what I thought. But so when Monate came along, I was really intrigued by it. I was really intrigued because it stood apart from anything else. I had never had an interest in direct sales before. I had people had messaged me, done all those things, and nothing had interested me. But with Monate, it did. And my mom had also battled cancer, so I wanted the products for her and for her hair growth. So I joined the company, and a lot of things starting out before, I was afraid. Because I wasn't a salesperson. I was afraid because I was still teaching at the time and didn't have a lot of time. And on top of teaching, I was tutoring after school. I was coaching. I was actually taking college classes because, like I said, I thought you had to go back to school in order to make more money. And I had actually enrolled, instead of a semester-long class, I didn't know it, and I enrolled in a month class, so a whole semester into a month. And so I didn't think I had time. But for this, I knew the possibility. Sorry, I just saw the comments. So anyway, so I started in the company, and things just started rolling. Earned my Cadillac in 3 months, hit the top of the company, and it has forever changed our family's life, and not just ours, but the things that you can do for other people, and even the small things, those add up to the big things. So anyway, that's kind of my story, how I got started and where it has led me now. So I was able to step away from teaching, and then I had my son, and so now I stay at home with him and I do this. So I'm going to talk to you guys about a couple different things. So the first thing is our car program. What's really cool about our car program is you don't have to be at the top of the company to get a car. And with a lot of other companies, or that's what I always thought, is you had to be at the very top. With our car program, it's at the midpoint of our compensation plan. So we have a lot of girls on here that are one rank away. Oh, look at Jess with her little car. So what the car program is you earn a white Cadillac, and the company pays, like Jennifer said, your car payment. So that's really cool. We have lots and lots of car earners on our team. And like I said, girls on here that are a few ranks away. If you guys are one of those people, you can drop it in the little chat. But anyway, so that is our car program. If you guys have any questions about that, feel free to ask. But I think that's basically it. Cadillac, it's white, it's pretty. Never my wildest dream was, I always wanted, a little SUV, and so now I get to drive around in one. Okay, and then the trips. It's funny because we had just went on our honeymoon before I started Monate, and it was like pulling teeth for us to go, but everyone told us that we had to. And I remember thinking when we were on our honeymoon, I was like, man, I want to do this every year with my husband. But in the back of my mind, I was thinking, but I know we won't. I know this, we won't there will always be other financial things that we have to do. And then I joined Monat, and with part of that comes the travel and the trips that you can earn. So I was trying to add up. Since I've been in 3 years and have been on 9 trips, and then half the time I was pregnant, so I didn't get to go on 2 of them. But really cool. Arizona, Miami, Bahamas, all these places that I would have never gone before. And we have girls going, and I bet there's a bunch of you on here going to Cancun in November. Woohoo! We also have Vegas that some of our girls are earning. So right now we have Cancun coming up, Vegas, the Monat Elite trip. I can't even think of what else. What's the director's one that yes, Cayman Islands. So that's like, what did I just name? 4 trips on the line that people can go to. So there's always something that they're sending us to, which is really, really cool. So if you are somebody that loves to travel, this is where you need to be, because you're going to get paid to travel, and they're going to pay for your trips. They pay your airfare, the hotel, all the things. So that's a little bit about the travel. Now I'm going to talk about the pay. And I know that sometimes this can be an uncomfortable subject. I'm from Oklahoma, the Bible Belt, so it can kind of be uncomfortable for me. But I'm gonna talk to you guys about it. So one of the things that Monat does is our compensation plan is front loaded, so you can get paid right off the bat and start earning money right away. So you're going to get extra bonuses just for doing your job. Another thing is we pay 52 cents on the dollar. So a lot of companies, and that is very, very high. A lot of companies are in the 30, maybe 40 range. But we pay very, very well. That is why we have $24 million earners in our company. And so you might be thinking, okay, what does that mean, $24 million earners? That is that is what they have made in the company, over $1 million. And 24 is a lot. If you look at some other companies, not to compare, I know I keep comparing, but sometimes only have 1, and we already have 24 in 5 years, which is really, really good. And that just shows you how well we pay out. Another couple things I'm going to share with you guys is our averages. Just our market partner average. These are income averages that our company, these are what they've taken for people at their rank and the averages across the board. So these aren't just numbers that are thrown out. These are actual statistics from the company. So just the market partner rank is $87. That's monthly income average. Okay, the very first rank is $418. The very first rank, making $418 a month. And I know a lot of people, it seems like 500 is the magic number that they would love to have, and that's at our very first rank. And I mean, $500, that's a car payment and then some. And then I'm going to skip the other ones. Get with the person that invited you. They can tell you all the income averages, and you can take a look at that. But if you go to the very top of our company, it's $107,000 a month, which sounds insane. That sounds insane when I'm saying it aloud. But that just kind of shows you how well we pay out. Guys, I know that whenever you are financially impacted, it doesn't just impact you. It impacts your family, it impacts your relationships, it impacts your community. It does so much more than just those, or just for you. It helps so many other things. So that is the great thing about Monat. So I love this. Julie Stevens, our #1 income earner, she always says, money doesn't make you good or bad. It just magnifies who you are. So if you're a jerk and you are making a lot of money, you're probably still going to be a jerk. But if you are doing good in this world and you're a good person and this is financially helping you, this is going to help you do so much more. So anyway, that's a little bit about the pay. Hopefully I explained that well. If you guys have any questions, like I said, feel free to ask. And then I'm going to pass it over to, I actually don't know who I'm passing it over to. Anybody want to tell me?
Hey,
Kayla.
it's me.
Kayla.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Hey.
I'm going to pass it over to Kayla.
Hey. So, like Ashley said, my name is Kayla Bennett, and I've been with Monat almost 3 years. I was actually one of Ashley's very first market partners. A little bit about me. I was a safety director in the oil field and in construction obviously at 2 different times of my life. And both industries are really hard on not only like your body, but like your family and your time and stuff like that. Like I was working anywhere from 40 to 60 hours a week with an awful commute. One way could take me an hour or it could take me 3 hours, depending on traffic in Seattle. And it sucked. It really sucked. It was awful. So when I was first introduced to Monat, I was 2 weeks postpartum. I just had my daughter. And I had been searching forever, trying to find like the perfect product for my hair, because in Seattle it rains all the time and my hair is just awful. Ashley sent me samples and I immediately fell in love with it. It was just awesome, and I couldn't wait to get my hands on a bottle of shampoo and conditioner. But unfortunately I couldn't at the time because I was on maternity leave, and my job did not pay me for maternity leave. I think I had 3 vacation days. And that's all they gave me, 3 days. And so I took the full 8 weeks off. And so my original plan was to go back to work and sign up as a VIP. So I just had to wait like 6 weeks. And my husband actually suggested me to sell it. And I said, no, like these are the things that held me back. I was like, no, I don't really want to. I have a newborn. Like, I've never been a mom before. Like, what am I going to do? I can't just start selling stuff and doing safety and being a mom. Like, I can't do it all. And then I was really afraid of what people would think. And I don't know why, but I was really worried about that. I was also short on time. Like I said, my commute was awful and I was working all the time. So those are the things that held me back. And it's just super crazy. So flash forward 6 weeks, I took Riley into daycare for the very first time. And I said, here you go, here's my child. If she needs anything, if anything happens, please let me know. And I don't know what miscommunication happened, but the daycare lady said, oh, don't worry. If she rolls over or anything for the first time, we won't tell you that because we want you to experience that. And I was like, that ain't happening. Not today, Satan. I was like, no. So my very first day back to work, I went to work. It took me like 2.5 hours to get there. I cried the whole time. I was so pissed. I was crying like super, super crazy. And I was like, you know what? Forget it. James kind of suggested this like 5 weeks ago, but I'm just going to do it. I put it on credit card because I had like $20 in my bank account. And I was like, if anything, I'm just going to have really good hair. Like I can't, it's fine. So that's when I signed up, November 4th, I think. So in February, business was going great, like no issues. And one of the cool things about residual income is that I was like, you know what? I'm going to call into work today. Treat yourself. It's my birthday. I'm going to spend it with the fam. It's going to be great. Stayed home. You will never guess what happened. Riley rolled over for the very first time on my birthday at about 11:30 in the morning. If I'd gone to work, I would have missed it. The mean daycare ladies would have witnessed it, and I wouldn't have. Let's see. That same month in February, I made more than I did as a safety director in a construction company. Sorry, guys. Say hi.
Hi.
Okay.
Hi.
She said, I'm Riley. So I made more in February than I did as a safety director for a very well-known construction company. In that July, I moved to South Carolina from Washington, and I hit Market Mentor. So I hit the Cadillac rank while moving across the nation with a 11-month-old at the time. So that's just crazy that, you know, anything can happen when you just put your fear aside and just work on it. God, I don't know what we're doing. Anyway, one of the benefits of this business is time freedom and the ability to just do whatever you want, work from wherever you want. And last month, I can't hold you. You need to go. Please go. Anyway, so last month, my husband, Riley, and I went to Oklahoma and Texas for 2 full weeks because my husband had accumulated 2.5 weeks of vacation over 2 years. And it was really cool because I did events for my friends in Dallas. I went to dinner with my girls in Tulsa. It was just super cool because that was all a tax write-off. So like my whole trip was a tax write-off. And that whole time I was able to spend time with family and friends and people that I hadn't seen in years and stuff like that. So that was really cool. What's super crazy is that while we were there, my husband's job, he works for Boeing, they called and said, hey, we need you in Kansas for a month in September, like at the end of September, starting for a month or whatever. And so I was like, all right, we'll just go back to Oklahoma and Texas and we'll just spend 3 weeks there and see him. So that's one of the benefits. I can just pick up and leave and do whatever I want. Right. Yeah. So anyway, I hope that what I said helped and you got something out of it. Sorry for all of the distractions. So I'm going to hand it over to Madison. Thanks, guys.
Yay. No, I love that you're talking about being able to work from whenever and wherever in any situation, and you just pulled it off like a pro. I would have never been able to do that. I'm like, I'll be that. So I think that's amazing. So kind of ironic. So anyway, hi, I'm Madison. I am a mom to 2 beautiful babies, and I live in Central Texas in a town called San Marcos, so in between Austin and San Antonio. I'm going to bring it back 5 years for you guys, almost 5 years. So I'm 23 years old, and I'm a bartender in my college town, and I'm just kind of living life, right? I have my dog, I have a house. I'm barely making my bills. I'm paying cash for school. So some semesters I went, some semesters I didn't if I could afford it. Let me think. Okay, sorry, 23 years old. And then in January, so I turned 23 in December in Vegas, having a great time. January, I meet the now father of my children. I go and get a brand new job at a dive bar. I've been stuck in my college town for like 4 or 5 years at this point, and I was ready to move on and go to Austin and live a big girl life and all this stuff. So long story short, in 3 months, not only do I fall very, very hard for this guy, we kind of completely hit it off, and God surprised us with a baby. So in 3 months, we got pregnant. We bought the bar that we were actually working in, and we decided to completely renovate this bar. So I'm brand new pregnant. We are shutting down the bar. That was our only income because we were both bartenders there, right? My boyfriend at the time, he's still my boyfriend, he had a trust fund, and that's kind of like where this money came from, right? So we thought it was going to be a 6-month renovation, $50,000, maybe 75 tops. I was the lead design on the whole thing. I went to school for interior design. So it was like my first solo project. I was really excited, all the stuff. Some bad things happened. Memorial Day floods happened. Our whole town got flooded. It was really, really bad. And we lost all of our contractors. And long story short, our 6-month renovation turned into an 18-month renovation. And we were paying $5,000 in rent every single one of those months. We weren't open. We weren't working other jobs. We had zero income coming in. Like I literally filed our taxes and put 0 at the end of the year. It was terrible. So we had no money. We were just spending money like crazy trying to get this bar under control. Long story short, it turns into a $400,000 renovation. So literally almost $500,000 later, We're dead broke. We have no money. I'm 115 pounds overweight. I'm 6 foot tall. So that was like hitting almost 300 pounds. Like it was affecting my health. I couldn't even get up my stairs, you guys. It was terrible. I mean, I could, but it was like, I wasn't running up them, you know? And so I was in a really bad place. I've always been an athlete my whole life. I've always been fit. I did not know how to dress, how to do anything. And I just had really bad postpartum. I already struggled with anxiety and mental health stuff. So it just was a bad spot. I definitely wasn't in a place to be doing network marketing, much less bartending, which is my trade. I didn't know what we were going to do. And Chiro was going, and that's my boyfriend, was going and looking for work. And whenever he would apply for a job, they would ask him what he's doing, and we would explain our situation. Should have lied. And we told him that we owned a bar in town, and every single person told him no. And they said that you need to go and work in your bar. So we couldn't get other work. We had no idea what to do. We were using my mother-in-law's cards. We were blah, 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 blah. So we were broke. And I was actually already in direct sales. So I'm a little bit different than the girls that were speaking before, because I'm pretty sure it was y'all's first time in direct sales. This wasn't my first time. This was like my third or fourth company. Okay. So I was already in direct sales, and a girlfriend of mine saw me posting on Facebook, looking for jobs or looking for money. And it's embarrassing being a new business owner, opening up an amazing, beautiful, biased, but beautiful cocktail bar right across the street from Texas State University, like the third largest university in the state of Texas. Like we should have been successful. And the fact that a year and a half later, I'm looking for side work to pay my bills, like that was super embarrassing, but I had to do it to pay for my kid, right? So a friend of mine from Oklahoma writes me and was like, hey, I think you need to look at this company. And I was like, no, not doing it. I'm already with my company. I actually tried to recruit her. And I was like, you don't need to be with that company. You need to be with my company. It's 40 years old. We're so established. Like I had no idea what I was talking about, obviously, right? So I tried to recruit her, and I just said, no, not looking at it. And so thank goodness for 4 months, every single month she wrote me and was like, I want you to watch a video. I want you to watch a video. And I just wouldn't even do it, you guys. I thought it was skincare. I didn't even click on the link. And I had friends that I personally knew that were in Cadillacs that they earned in less than like 9 months. And I still didn't even click on the link. Okay. So now we're getting to the point where my mother-in-law completely cuts us off. We have her last credit card, and it's about to max out. We probably have like $400 or $500 left on this card. And this is for gas and groceries and like survival. Right. And so finally the girl that I signed up under, she writes me and says, hey, look, this is the last time I'm going to reach out to you. I'm probably not going to be working this business much longer, but I know that you can be very successful in this. I need you to take a look at this video. This is the last time I'm going to send it. Let me know. So I was like, all right. And that kind of like touched me when she said that she wasn't even going to work it, but she thought, and I was like, wait, what? And so I watched the video, and it was now of all of our upline, who was making almost $100,000 a month at the time. And she had only been doing it for less than a year. And that's all I heard. I'm a red personality. I'm about the money. I'm about the bottom line. And so when I heard that and I saw Kendall, who's our upline, I was just like, if she can do this, I can do this. And so from that moment forward, Chiro and I never looked back. I swiped my mother-in-law's credit card for like $400, and I bought a ring light because I needed to look pretty, right? I needed to look bright like all the other girls did. So I literally maxed out her card, you guys. Did not tell her until I made my money back, which I made my money back in less than 30 days, thank goodness. And she actually ended up being a market partner underneath me, and she's one of my strongest lines now to date, which is pretty cool. So 2 years later, I've been doing this for 2 years now, a little bit over. I joined in May of 2017, and I'm absolutely in love with it. Obviously, I get to do it with my family, my mother-in-law, and we do a lot of stuff together. But besides the money, yes, I was able to triple my income. And yes, I know, that's all great. But the community, which is they're about to talk about, it's been everything for me. I lost all of my friends. I had nobody when I was going through that depression, and just being a new mom. I was 24 years old. I was the first one of any of my friends to have kids. I had no one to have play dates with. And having a group of women of dozens, not just like a couple, dozens of women that I get to talk to every single day. I can call any of these people, and none of us who are on this call, I don't think, are even underneath one another. None of us make money off of anyone. We're all sidelines on this, which is amazing. And we can contact each other. And that for me has been everything. And yeah, so that's just pretty much me. So that was my holdback. I lied and said it was the money, right? So I said it, and it wasn't a lie. I had negative checking accounts, you guys. I would send her screenshots of my checking accounts, and I was getting overdraft fees every day. And I was balding right here, and I needed the products. And, I was like, maybe I'll do a sample, or maybe I'll be a VIP, but there's no way I'm going to be able to buy your pack or whatever it is. lie. I found that credit card real quick when I finally shut my mouth and opened my ears. Okay. So I said it was the money at first. It wasn't truly the money. For me, it was being a failure again, admitting failure in my previous company and putting myself out there and being open and relearning this the right way and going back and admitting, hey, I didn't know what I was doing and I apologize. Now I'm learning how to do this. Please forgive me and bear with me and watch my journey, which is probably why I've had a little bit slower of a journey than other people, but it's my story and I love it. And so, yeah, I'm super happy with where I'm at. And I know that the sky is the limit, and I'm really excited about that. So yeah, the little topic that I'm going to talk about is really quick. It's just founders opportunity, you guys. So I'm actually going for founder this month, which is why I'm excited to talk about this. So founders, what does that even mean, right? So this is pretty much like if Steve Jobs came to you back whenever he was making his company public and they had IPOs, and same with Amazon and same with Michael Dell, with Jeff Bezos, they all came to you and said, hey, look, if you work for my company, not buying in, we're not buying anything, right? If you just work for my company, do some certain tasks, sell a certain amount of product, whatever it is that they want you to do, we're going to give you shares of our company for the rest of your life as long as you're with us. Could you imagine where you and your family would be, or your parents, if it was Michael Dell or Microsoft or whatever back in the day, where they would be if they just bought into a company like that, right? Okay, so we are about to be $1 billion company, $1 billion a year. We've already hit $1 billion in revenue cumulatively. So everything that we've had in revenue so far has been over $1 billion, and we're about to hit our 5th anniversary next month. That's huge. So I'm going to kind of back it up a little bit. If you're a number person like me, year one, we launched in October of 2014. We wanted to do, I wasn't there yet. They wanted to do $1 million. That's all they wanted to do. It was $1 million. Nobody heard of them. There was no advertisements, nothing like that. They just had a group of people going out, the founders, I'm going to get there, going out and starting this business from nothing, right? They didn't have any type of labeling. They didn't have any type of marketing material. They didn't have a website. They didn't have anything like that. They just had their mouths, okay, and the people that they knew. So they wanted to do $1 million. Year one, they did $25 million. The only other company at the time to do anything near that was Instagram, and they got bought out by Facebook for billions, okay? So that was year one, was $25 million. Year two was $75 million. We tripled it, you guys, tripled it in year two. Then year three comes along. This is the year that I joined, so in between 2016 and 2017, and we grew by 700%. So we did a little bit over, like $310 million, y'all. That's insane. We outgrew our shipping bays and our distribution centers 3 different times in 1 year, just because there was so many orders going in, they couldn't even keep up with like the boxes going out. It was crazy. So that was year three. And then year four was last year, and we did about $450 million. So we are on track right now. We are selling more than any other luxury hair care line in the world. It used to just be North America, and now it's the world, which is really exciting. And we're averaging right now about $75 million a quarter. But you just heard Jennifer say that we just sold skincare, $2 million of it in a couple of hours, you guys. So that number, I guarantee you, is about to skyrocket. So what does being a founder mean, right? So back when we started in 2014, they got a group, or almost the end of beginning of 2015, they got a group of people together and they said, hey, look, y'all are our first, right? Y'all are the pioneers of this company. We don't even know if it's going to be successful. So there's no guarantee that they were even going to get anything out of this, right? Y'all are going to be our founders once you hit Market Mentor in our company. So they do that, right? Everybody hits their Market Mentor, the people that do, and they become the founders of Monat. That pool completely closes. So when I joined in 2017, there was no possibility of becoming a founder. Well, I was just in Vegas in April, and they announced while we were there that they are starting a completely brand new pool called the Emerging Founders Pool. So anyone who had signed up prior to that date, April 1st of 2019, has a chance to become a founder, and anyone who signs up afterwards in the year of 2019. So right now, you guys will have a year to hit Market Mentor from the day that you sign up, and you will be a founder. And right now, what's so important about this month being September, if you're in the future, this probably doesn't apply to you, but in September of 2019, you have a chance to earn 2 shares. After September, it goes down to 1 share, which is still amazing, but having 2 is even better. And so you're going to get quarterly payouts on top of all of your other commission checks, all of your other bonus checks, and it's going to grow with the company because it's a percentage, you guys. So what's 1% of $1 billion? $10 million. Think about that being divided up amongst a bunch of people. And we're hitting $1 billion now. Think about where we're going to be in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. It's going to be a heck of a lot more. So this is something you definitely want to work for. And it's really exciting. So that's pretty much all I have to say. Thanks for letting me ramble on. And I'm going to turn it over to Jess or Megan. One of them.
I think it's me, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Hi, guys. So I am Megan Spillers. I'm sorry I had an event tonight and I literally ran in the door, got my 3-year-old settled for a moment, and I'm here. And I've been working all day, so I'm just a hot mess. I'm sorry. But I'm going to tell you guys just a little bit about me, and my part is way fast. So I've been a hairstylist for 6 years. I started this business, I guess, almost 3 years ago. Started December, the year I started was December, 16, 17, I don't know. But I've almost been doing this for 3 years now. So my 3-year anniversary is coming up. I cannot believe it. I got started because Ashley, who you heard earlier, she just reached out to me and was like, hey, I know you're a hairstylist. I just want your opinion on these products. And her upline was a hairstylist and was using the products, which was Kendall, who Madison was talking about. And sorry, I gotta take this off. I'm getting distracted seeing everybody's stuff. So let's see. She sent me samples. I was on maternity leave too, like Kayla was. As a hairstylist, you guys know that we don't get paid for time off. We're all, I was booth rent. So any time off I ever had, I just basically didn't make an income. And so it was
Hey, can you all hear Megan? We can't hear you, Megan.
Yeah, I can't hear her. She's muted. It shows that she's muted.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Did you hear any of that?
Just like the last sentence we missed.
Oh, okay. I don't know what happened. So basically I was on maternity leave too, like Kayla was. And as a hairstylist, I didn't get paid to take 3 months off with my baby, but I knew I wanted to do that because I knew the time with him was going to be worth it. And then like a month into that, Ashley sent me these samples, and I was kind of a skeptical stylist because I'm like, well, I'm already using the best thing out there. So, I'm going to try these and just see, which at that point I was hardly even fixing my hair. I had a newborn. Like I didn't care what my hair looked like. I was just busy and tired and whatever else. So I tried the samples, and automatically I just knew that there was something different, like with the chemistry of them. And so that really intrigued me because I'm the hairstylist that I love the chemistry and the science behind products. I'm also the hairstylist that's all about hair health. Like I will not, over process your hair. If your hair can't handle it, we're not doing it type of thing. And so I really liked that these were anti-aging and that they helped heal your hair. And so I started just kind of doing my own research. And honestly, I wasn't even thinking about doing the business at all until Ashley told me how much Kendall was making. And I'm like, okay, well, these products, like they help with hair growth. They, everything basically that my clients would ask me for that I never had an answer for, I could have it with this. So I was like, okay, that kind of makes sense. And I always say like God knew what I needed before I knew, because a little bit shortly after that, I became a single mother of a little tiny baby, and I was doing everything on my own. And so I'm glad I jumped in. I really was hesitant to jump in because like everybody else has said, like, you don't want to be that person, or you're afraid what people will think about you or whatever. But then I started doing my own research, learning about the products and the education part of it and all that. And I was like, okay, I know this is good. I know that what it's done for my hair, what it started doing for my clients' hair and my family. And so I'm jumping into this. Like I'm, 100% believer. And so now 3 years later, literally which you can see all the girls on this call, like we have like the best hair of our lives. And I'm telling you, like I'm still a product snob with these, but I was a product snob back then too. I used Redken and that's about it. I didn't like usually anything else. So that's just a little bit about me and how I got started. I actually got to step away from doing hair behind the chair and stay home with my baby for 1.5 years and raise him. So that was really special and really great for me because I know how important time freedom is. Another time in my life, about 4 years ago, I was working behind the chair and I lost my husband, and I took 3 months off for that too. And I didn't get paid for any of that. I literally didn't go into the salon for 3 months. I made no money. And so it was really important for me to make sure I had a backup plan and make sure that I still had the time with my baby in those precious moments when he was little, because that was important to me. I knew how, short life could be. Let me see, where am I at now? So I actually just started back in the salon just because hair is my passion. I love doing it. I've been back. I only work limited hours. And then my child also needed some social interaction and he needs to start getting ready for school. But it's been great. So I'm behind the chair now again, but of course, like I would be working full time if I didn't have Monat on the side. I would be literally working till 9 o'clock at night, not being able to put my baby, in a bath and in bed and do all the things that I need to do as a mother, especially doing it by myself. And so it's been a huge blessing, like for me, especially for a mother. And I think all of us on this call are mothers of small children. And I know everybody can say that it's just such a blessing when you have small kids. So I'm going to talk about the community, which Madison kind of touched on it just a little bit too, but it's kind of the same thing that she said, like having those people to go on, play dates with, or even like to events. I went to an event tonight. I got off work, picked up my child, took him to the event with me, and there was like 5 other kids there. They just played and had fun, and it was easy. He got entertainment. I got to do what I needed to do, and I got to hang out with my friends. And actually, some of the girls I saw tonight, I have not seen. We were kind of thinking, like, when's the last time we saw each other? Like, literally, like 10 years. So it was nice to catch up, and the community is just amazing. Like, all these girls on the call, some of them are in Texas, some are Oklahoma, South Carolina, or North Carolina. Sorry, I don't know where you're at, Caleb, north or south. Can't remember. But we're just from everywhere, and it's nice because we connect and talk daily, and so we always have that support, like Madison was saying, and it's so nice. And I've met so many new friends too. I mean, half these people I never even knew before, and so we never even would have known each other if it wasn't for this business. And then gratitude, that's the other thing I'm going to talk about. So I have never been a person to do like gratitude things. I honestly didn't even really know like much about giving back or like how to get involved. And so this business actually has taught me how to give back, or like how to look for places to give back to, or, do what you're passionate about or whatever. My team's about to start a gratitude project soon. There's been, I don't even know. If you go to monatgratitude.com, you can see all of our gratitude stuff. But every time we have a trip, our company raises money for certain causes, basically. I'm sorry, I forgot to write them down. I can't remember them off the top of my head. I remember though, when we went to Bermuda, it was a cruise, and everybody on the cruise ship, how like people, they don't get to talk to their families. So we raised money for all the workers to have like so much time with the Wi-Fi to talk with their families. So little things like that. And I remember people coming up to us and saying, nobody's ever done that for us. And so our company is always giving back and thinking of others first. And I love that because it's not all about the money. Yes, the money's great, but the money is also there to bless others. And that's why, like, I do this. I want to bless other people with the money that I make. And so that's kind of my why always changes, but that's kind of like where my why is going right now, because I want to help so many people. So yeah, I think that's all I have. And Jess, I'm going to hand it over to you.
Okay, cool. Hey guys, I'm going to be really short, quick, and I know that it's getting late. So, the first thing that I want to do though is just ask you guys a question. So, if you tap your screen and you hit participants, you'll see in the bottom left hand corner that it says chat. And I didn't intend on doing this earlier, but I'm going to now. I want you guys to write in, why are you here? Why are you listening? Everyone just got nervous. Yeah, sorry. I used to be a teacher, so I'm like, okay, guys, pop quiz. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, if you'll go to the chat and just type in, why are you here? Why are you listening to this call? Did someone just drag you and twist your arm and make you jump on this call and listen into this? Or are you here because you are needing something? And maybe even tell us what you're needing out of it. Just Okay, so one person said encouragement. They're just needing to be encouraged. So someone else, maybe you're just hoping that this could be something financially more for you, and you're hoping for that. Those are the things that I'm going to talk about. So first things first, shortly, just to tell you my story, and you guys can keep writing in the chat box. We are all just a family here. Like, you don't have to be nervous about writing anything. No one's going to screenshot anything. But anyways, so I was a teacher. I had a 4-month-old at the time I was married, had a 4-month-old baby, my first baby, didn't know really what I was doing. I was just learning everything. I taught 3rd grade, which means that it's a testing year in Oklahoma, and it's a really big deal. It is basically, if you don't pass a test, like, you get held back. It's just very stressful. And so I had a lot on my plate. So whenever I was introduced to this business, I said no. Like some of you have maybe already said no at one point throughout this. So that's going to be part of your journey. Like, all these times that you're telling this person that's inviting you to these calls and you keep saying no and you keep putting it off, like, you don't know that, but it's just part of your story. So I had told my girl no several different times, and this was January of 2017. And I said, you know what? I have a 4-month-old. I am so busy in my work right now. There's no way I have time to do something like this. Not only did I not have time, but I doubted myself. I did not want to be that girl. I didn't think that I could sell anything and actually have success at it. Just to kind of give you a background of that, I worked at Dillard's for a short period of time, and you have a quota that you have to meet, and I was awful. I was awful, guys. I'm like, here's the clearance rack. If you don't like anything, go to Forever 21. Like, I was awful, okay? And so I was scared that I wasn't going to be good at doing something like this. I had never done anything like this before. I thought it was a pyramid scheme. I knew nothing. So fast forward. By the way, we were living paycheck to paycheck, so I desperately needed it. I just didn't think I would be good. So fast forward 5 months in, I had earned my Cadillac. I hit the ground running. I fell in love with the products. I fell in love with everything about it. And I was like shouting it from the rooftops and helping everyone. I love helping people, so I was helping everyone that I could. I was washing people's hair left and right. Whoever would let me wash their hair, I was washing their hair because they fell in love after I washed their hair. And just seeing people's reaction to that fired me up, and it made me want to work even harder. So 5 months in, I got my Cadillac. I still drive the Cadillac. Still, obviously the company pays for that. Just like, I don't remember who said it, but I would not be driving a Cadillac if it weren't for Monat paying for my Cadillac. Like, I'm not a bougie person. So yeah. Then 6 months in, I had made over 10 grand. I'd made $11,000 that month. That was my monthly check. And I don't say that to brag. I say that to tell you guys, I didn't think I could do this. I doubted myself whether I could make any money at all. I was hoping that I could make $500 a month. So the fact that I went from doubting myself, not wanting to be that girl selling things, to making that amount of money, and I resigned from teaching shortly after that, and now I stay home with my now 2 babies, and I just do this. And it's more than we ever expected. And God has just completely blessed our life, like he has with every single person that is doing Monat on this call. And it's just an amazing feeling to know that not only are you making a difference in your life, but we're getting to help you. Whoever invited you on this call, they invited you on this call not for themselves. more than likely you either reached out to them hoping and needing something and hoping that this is as good as we claim that it is. And they care about you. They're not caring about themselves. They're caring about you because they know what it can do for you. So anyways, obviously I bawled whenever I first got that, seeing that check and just knowing that it's turned into so much more, and knowing that you can turn this into so much more. It doesn't matter if you doubt yourself because we all believe in you. But so I'm going to go off of my notes now because I want to make sure that I hit and say all these things that I need to say, and it's going to be super short. But I just want to ask you guys, what happens when opportunity knocks, but you never answer the door? So maybe someone's been telling you about this opportunity and low key, you're really interested in it and you really do want to do this, but you're not answering the door. You're not saying yes to this opportunity because maybe you're scared, maybe you're fearful, maybe you're like me and you doubted that you could do what that girl's doing. Guys, you can do what we are all doing. It's not rocket science. We have training. You would be added to our team pages and we will show you the right way to do it. There's a right way and a wrong way. And the people that are not having success, more than likely, they're just not doing it to the best of their ability and reaching their full potential. It's just a matter of the growth that happens whenever you start something like this. And what's crazy is most of us pray for something to help our situation. Maybe that's you. Maybe you've been praying for something to fall into your lap, and this may be it. You're just hesitating. So I would strongly suggest that you stop searching for something that's right in front of you, because you could be praying for this table. And I love this analogy. So a lot of us pray for a table. Okay. Obviously not literally a table, but you're praying for something. You're praying for this table. And what's crazy is we're so focused on getting the table that God gives us a tree, and he just expects us to build the table out of the tree that he's given us. But we're so focused on the table that we don't notice that we have to put in the work. It's up to us. So the ball is in our court in order to make the table. So you have to ask yourself if this could be your answered prayer. Are you needing $200 to $500 a month? Are you needing even more, and you're wanting to stay home and be your own boss and work your own hours? Are you needing a community of people around you that make you a better person? Are you needing the ability to just be able to give back freely? Or are you just needing healthier products for yourself or your clients? Maybe you're a hairstylist. So whatever it is that you're needing, I want you to ask yourself, is it helping you to procrastinate? And I don't mean to be so pushy. Normally I'm not this person, but is it helping you to procrastinate and keep putting this off and keep telling this person, oh, I don't have the money right now? Because just like Madison was saying, you can find the money. Have a garage sale. Sell your clothes on Facebook. Like, go get a credit card. I hate to say that, but if you only could see your future and how this could be for your family, or even if you're single, like how it could be for your situation or your future family, you would have signed up yesterday. Like, seriously, all of us say, I just wish I would have signed up sooner. So you have to just find the courage now, take that leap of faith, even whenever you can't see your future, and think, like, what's the worst that can happen? I mean, if you suck, and this is what I thought, I'm like, man, if I suck at this, we don't have quotas. You do not have to sell anything. If you try and then you end up not being good at it or whatever, you don't put the time in, that's okay. Nothing's going to happen if you don't sell anything. You are going to make whatever amount of money you want to make. Okay. You're the factor. Okay. You're going to decide that, whether you're making $100,000 a month at SED, or if you're making $500 a month, whatever you're wanting out of this. You're in charge of that part. We all have the same hair products to sell. We all have the same compensation plan. We all have the same training. You're the only variable. You're the only one in your way from making whatever you want to happen. So the thing is, we've all been where you are. We've all been scared. We've all not known what this could do for us. And we are so passionate about this because we know what it's done for us and we know what it could do for you. So even if you don't believe in yourself right now, whoever invited you on this call, obviously they believe in you. Okay. They know that you could do this. So just let us have enough courage for you and just pull the trigger and do this already and do this with us. I promise you will not regret it. And what else did I write down? You may not realize what it could do for you, but we do, because we're on the other side of it. So we believe in you, and we have everything that you need in order to have a success. And sometimes you just have to go for it. Either it works out for you or it doesn't. So you have to just decide what's the worst that can happen, and just go for it. And I'm super pumped because I know every single one of you that are listening right now, you're going to say yes. And that's a good thing, guys. I'm telling you this, just like all of us that talked, it's so much more than shampoo and hair products and skincare products. It's the best out there, but there's so much more to it. And once you jump into this, you'll understand why we're so passionate and why it's so different from any other company out there. So anyways, I won't ramble on any longer, but if you guys have any comments, just feel free to write them in the comments. We have different sizes of product packs on how you can get started. So you can spend just a little bit and get a little bit of products to start out with and wash your own hair, wash other people's hair. Or you can get everything that we own. You're going to get samples to try out for people and all that kind of stuff. And like I said, plenty of training. So get with the market partner that added you to this call. And if you have any questions, you can ask any of us. I know that we all have different backgrounds and stuff. So anyways, we're very thankful that you guys jumped on, and we're looking forward to meeting you and hearing your story.